So I thought that I should talk a little bit more about the modifications I made. I know that there's not a lot of information about the 100cc model, and the information that's out there pretty much states that this is a machine that you don't have anything for putting money in it and tuning it. And personally, I don't agree with that. I've been tuning this for almost all of this past summer, and there have been a lot of mistakes done during this this journey, and there've been some ups and downs, but I think that I'm quite near the very best solution that's out there for this motor, this engine. Well, first of all, the head is a terrible thing from the beginning. So what I've done is that I milled this head out in a couple of steps in order to be able to make a new internal head insert, and this one I have turned in my lathe. I have about 50% in squish band, and then I have fine-tuned it by measuring the compression. So now it's about 9.5. I had a little bit more sometime, and then it looked like this. It almost melted my piston, so I went down a little bit. So, and this is a thing that works really well, because the way I think about this is I have ported some cylinders for two-stroke engines, mostly mopeds, and the problem you get when you look into the exhaust port here is that you get in order to get the duration you want, you get the port too big. So the trick to do that is to make a spacer and put below. So this is a 1.5mm spacer I made in my CNC mill, and then I have a couple of gaskets, one on each side, and by doing this I raise the cylinder 1.5mm, and I raise also the durations of both the transfers and the exhaust, which is good, because the transfers are a lot harder to modify without proper equipment, which I don't have, because you need these small angled grinders, pencil grinders, to be able to do anything about these ports actually. Otherwise it's very hard. I've done things to them, but it's very hard to do it. So racing is a very good start. Racing the cylinder, and when you do that, you need to make changes for the head. So that's why I started with doing this, because if you look at the standard head, which looks like this, you have the spark plug placed in an angle, and I mean, this is not a head that's good for anything. I just wanted to make a new one from the beginning, so I ended up with this one, which is perfect. Because if I want to modify anything now, I can just make a new insert, and then it's okay. So now I have the spark plug centered, which is a lot better. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about this method to raise the cylinder with a with a spacer. When you do this, you raise you lower the edge of where the piston turns over the top dead center. And when you do that, you also lower the compression, of course. So if you would use the if we would use the standard head, we get quite low compression, because as you see here, I have turned an edge. So this is actually lowered into the cylinder like this. You can see it goes inside the barrel. And by doing this, I get the right compression ratio. Yeah, it's not so easy to see inside, but anyway. So, what more? A little bit about the porting of the cylinder, maybe. It's hard to see, but I made a. Let's see if you we look at it like this. This is the shape and the sizes of the new ports inside. So the biggest change is on the exhaust port, of course. It's higher and it's a lot wider. The trick to make good power on a two-stroke engine is to have a D shape on the exhaust port. The widest part should be right above where the transfers start to open. Anyway, that's the way I've been taught. So this is a lot wider. This is about 65, maybe up to about 65% of the bore, a little bit more, I think. And the transfers are raised and widened a little bit. Also, the boost port is raised. So by raising the whole cylinder, I also have to lower these ports, so I also grind them downwards to match the thickness of this one. So they are grinded downwards about 1.5 millimeters too. So, and I can assure you, is a huge difference on this cylinder from just putting it on to how it goes today. It's a lot more power in it today. And if we look about the exhaust here, it's between 30.5 and 31 here, and this is also why I'm going to make a new the first pipe for the exhaust, because it's too narrow. So what more? Yeah, this is standard things. Widen, open up, everything. Matched it to the case, so it's everything should be matched. What more? Small things like the intake. This is a bigger intake, of course. I have a 30mm carburetor. I matched everything, matched the rubber, matched everything here, smoothen it out inside, so everything should match. So here is a picture from the intake. I have widened it up both in this direction and in this direction on both sides. I kept the bridge between because I think it's there for a reason. It's very thin, everything here, so it needs to be there to be a support, so the whole port doesn't collapse. Yeah, this is pretty much it. As much as possible to do. is taken there.